Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday lunchtime, and that's official. It's Jim White, it's Simon Jordan. And it being a Thursday means it's Spencer Oliver who arrives, of course, with his own walk-in tune. Mr. Oliver, good afternoon to you. You're remarkably chirpy today. Normally you put the C in chirpy, but today you're super chirpy. What's going on?
Jim, I feel good. I feel good. I'm in great company. Mr. Jordan over there, he's smiling.
Yes.
We don't often see that.
Because I'm going to Spain after the show.
Another turtleneck or roll neck or whatever. What do you call that?
Roll neck.
Oh, it's a roll neck.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a roll neck.
Cashmere one, not the crimpling gear you wear.
Sure?
He's heading out to his marble palace in Spain later on today, and many of his employees are quaking in their boots at the thought that he's coming out in his private jet. But he's leaving us, and normal service will be resumed next week. Do you think we're all getting used to the fact that Usyk against Fury is not happening this weekend as we all thought? It was almost upon us, and now, of course, we're looking at May.
Yeah. Very unfortunate, obviously, for Tyson Fury and the cut that he sustained. We so nearly thought we was going to get that undisputed fight, a fight that we've been waiting for since 1999. The last undisputed fight, that was Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
Way back when, Evander Holyfield. So, look, it's frustrating. We got a new date, May the 18th, and let's hope that we get this new date. I know that Alexander Usyk said recently that he is fighting on that date, whatever the circumstances. If Fury doesn't get through his training camp,
sure.
If the cut does reopen, Alexander Usyk does go ahead May the 18th, and I suppose the big question is then who jumps in.
Well, that's right. Well, let's get the latest on it, because just before we came on air, we spoke to Alex Krasiuk, who's Usyk's promoter, and as far as they're concerned, Spencer, all eyes on this rescheduled date, and he has no doubts whatsoever that his own fighter is going to come through it. Krasiuk told us, first of all, how Usyk was getting on.
Alexander is doing perfect. After hard work he had in his training camp since September last year, he finally got a chance to come back home and to see his wife, his daughter, and his newborn daughter, Maria. He's really happy, and he was waiting for that during the whole period since she was born.
Has it been difficult for him, Alex, thinking that we're fighting on February the 17th and then that changed? I mean, he would have been fighting this Saturday.
He would have been fighting this Saturday, but unfortunately he's not. And we all know the reason for that, but he is a highest level professional. He accepted this news with a smile on his face, with complete comprehension of what's going on. So this is going to be another challenge for him, but he's ready for the challenges in his life. So nothing major changed, but the only change is the date. Everything else remains the same.
Alex, you know him better than anybody. When you look at him, is he more confident than maybe he has ever been in his career about what he can achieve?
He never thinks about what he's going to achieve. He thinks of what he has to do to achieve something. So his concentration is on a work in his gym. That's what he keeps in mind. That's what he wakes up in the morning with, and goes to bed in the evening. So this is his concentration, and the rest comes as the result of the hard work. That's his mentality, and that's his mindset.
So finally, on his behalf, what message would you send from Alexander to Tyson Fury?
Well, I can't send any messages on someone's behalf, but I will probably send the message of all the fans around the world. We're going to pray for Tyson Fury and his health so he gets 100% ready for May 18th, and the fight will definitely take place. That's our desire, that's our will, our wish, and the whole world wants to see who is the best heavyweight in the world, Alexander Usyk.
That was Alex Krasiuk, who is Usyk's promoter, speaking to us just a short time ago. Simon, it's very much a message of nothing to see here. Our fighter's fine. Yeah. He's carrying on regardless, unaltered, still focused on the job in hand.
Yeah, he's just got a 15-week delay. If we've waited this long to get the undisputed fight, we can wait another 15 weeks. Not ideal, because he'd have been ready to go. And 2 weeks out is not ideal for a fighter, is it, Spence? No. To have the rug pulled out from underneath you. But Usyk is a unique specimen. I mean, from the understanding that I have, when you talk to people in the Anthony Joshua camp about his level of preparedness, his level of fitness, what he does post-fight isn't go and rest. He continues to keep himself in a condition that a lot of fighters step back from. He's a remarkable athlete. Look, it's a great fight. If we see Fury turn up like he did against Ngannou, then Usyk wins this fight. Fury hasn't fought anyone like Usyk, but conversely, Usyk hasn't fought anyone like Fury. And if you believe that Fury's in decline, then you make the case for Usyk. If you believe that Fury is not in decline, despite one bad performance against Ngannou, then I can't see past Fury. I can't see past Tyson.
I think it makes the fight even more interesting now, because you go off Fury's last performance against Ngannou. Before that fight, you'd say that Tyson Fury was an overwhelming favourite in my book with Alexander Usyk. Now it makes it more interesting. And I love Alexander Usyk. I love the team, by the way, as well. I've known them now for a few years, but they are the ultimate professionals. Yeah, they are. But they understand the setbacks that can happen in boxing. They just get on with it. They don't let it get to them too much. And Simon's right in what he says. Like, Alexander Usyk lives the life. He's in the gym all the time, and it is it's just a minor setback. We hope we get this undisputed fight on May the 18th, because everyone wants it.
We're going to get it. I mean, look, the fact is, people say, oh, it's 3 months out. It's not. It's 15 weeks. Right? It's 15 weeks from the moment he pulled out of the fight to the day that he's fighting. The injury, from what I understand, doesn't require internal stitching, it's external. So the healing process is there. So Fury will be fit. Unless something else happens along the way, this fight will happen. And then out of it, we will see what happens after that. I mean, look, Fury is being written off in certain people's quarters because they believe he can't do it anymore. They believe structurally, I think you're in this camp as well, Spence, that he can't do the things he once did before, which is he can't move because he can't deal with the physical ramifications of it. I'm not so sure. I think this Fury loves to misdirect. He loves to get people thinking one way and doing something completely different. I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody gave him a cat and hell's chance when he walked in against Deontay Wilder on the back of 3 years out and fighting a couple of warm-up fights. And he shocked the world and won that first fight and then destroyed Wilder in the second fight. I've got a sneaking feeling that you will see a very significant version of Tyson Fury against Usyk.
And our understanding with this cut as well from Stitch Durant, who's a great cut man in the UFC and boxing as well, is that it's tissue damage as opposed to blood vessel damage, which makes a huge difference. So he's very confident that fight goes ahead as well.
Let's hope in this 15 weeks that we can see an improvement in Tyson Fury's attitude as well.
Well, yes. Also, the Saudis are saying, or it has been reported, Spencer, if Fury pulls out again, Usyk faces an opponent of his choice. If Usyk pulls out, the Saudis want Fury against Anthony Joshua. That's not going to happen. You had Krasiuk there saying, our man is totally focused on this new day.
I mean, God forbid something does happen in the build-up, obviously because of the soft tissue from Fury. Yeah, if it does reopen or whatever and the fight has to be postponed again, and we've got that May the 18th date, why can't Anthony Joshua jump in?
Because he's fighting on March the 17th.
What does that mean?
Oh, come on, Spencer.
No, but
nobody in their right mind.
What I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, Simon, if Joshua comes through that fight unscathed, he will fight again May the 18th. But Eddie Hearn's been vocal about that this week.
We're seeing fighters that fight once a year, once every 6 months. We've seen Anthony be more active in the last year, having 3 fights in a year. Now Anthony's going to have 2 fights in 2 months. One of them for a world title shot against Alexander Usyk, against a person that's already vanquished him twice.
It's possible. It's possible. Why is it possible, Simon? Why is it possible?
Because the Saudis will make it happen economically.
Absolutely.
But the one thing that Anthony Joshua wants is a 3rd world title. And I'd be surprised. I mean, no, he won't duck anybody any more than Tyson Fury would duck anybody, and nobody ever accused Tyson Fury of ducking anybody, even though that myth has been trotted out. The point is that going against Usyk for Anthony Joshua, after 2 defeats against him,
he'll be a much better place mentally, though.
Cannot be the best version of him fighting himself against Ngannou 2 months earlier.
No,
I think that he actually goes in there with much more confidence than he did in the first 2 fights with Usyk. I mean, look, it's interesting. I'm just saying this is the possibilities that are going on right now.
I think it's undeniable. I'd be gobsmacked. And some of the nonsense that was being trotted out last week, I'm not in the business of defending Tyson Fury because, as you well know, I'm not particularly enamoured with his attitude or those of his camp. But the point is that some of the conspiracy theories that are being thrown around, that he hit himself in the head with a frying pan, which was actually perpetuated. I mean, he's hit himself in the face before, hasn't he? Right?
Who said that? Cole Frotches.
No, I use that as an excuse for not coming into work one day. I've hit myself in the head with a frying pan. I'd rather hit you in the head with a frying pan. You also saw members of Usyk's camp had a few things to say that wasn't particularly palatable. Aegis Klimas said something that wasn't particularly wise. The bottom line is that Fury's got a cut, and that's the end of it. That's the end of the conspiracy theory, and he'll be in the ring in May, and we'll find out who's the best heavyweight currently around on that day. Yeah.